Hello rock stars, Matt Vanderbo here. Hey, if you are looking for an easy way to accelerate the speed of your success as a music composer or songwriter, then you are at the right video, because today I'm going to talk about exactly that. How you can increase the speed of success in your music career. And to do that, this video is going to talk about the power and benefits of collaborating with other musicians when you create instrumental cues or vocal songs for music libraries. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should collaborate more and the benefits that that can have to your career. But first, before we get into that, I do want to tell you that there are times when you should not be collaborating. So we'll get into the reasons why you should in a moment. But first, there are times that you should not at all collaborate. And what I'm talking about here is for those times that you have a very particular strength that you are exceedingly good at creating, and you are very fast at creating it, and libraries have come to appreciate your signature sound that you make in whatever style of music this is. For me, I have a couple of bread and butter styles of music. Perhaps my best one is called urban comedy, which is a very specific type of like dramedy, quirky, whimsical music, typically set to some type of a hip-hop beat. And I have my own way of doing these things. I have a sound that I have never really heard anyone else replicate, and music libraries know this, and so they come to me and they ask for this style of music, which I can supply them until I'm blue in the face. In fact, I have done so many of these tracks, probably over 1,000 at this point, that I have become exceptionally quick at doing these things. Like, I can churn these things out in probably 60 to 90 minutes. We're talking blank canvas to finished composition. And they're all going to sound like me, and I'm going to send them to a library, and they're going to say, thank you for being fast, thank you for being good, and thank you for making them sound like you. And I say, thank you, sir. Would you like another 100? So I will typically never collaborate on the music that I am very good at, very fast at, and have my own signature sound on. But those bread and butter styles of music for me do not represent the entirety of my musical catalog, and I am always looking for ways to expand my own catalog into genres and styles of music that I just cannot pull off on my own. And this is where bringing in a collaborator opens up all sorts of new doors for you. So now let's get right into the 5 reasons why you should be collaborating on more music. And we'll start with number 1, which is perhaps the most selfish reason of all. And if you collaborate for no other reason than this one alone, then heck, go for it, baby. Reason number 1 is simple. If the person you collaborate with is signed to a library that you are not a part of, and then you put this piece of music together and you send it off to the library that this guy is signed to, then when that piece of music gets signed by the library, you also get signed by the library. So now you have music into a catalog that you were not a part of before. And once your music gets in there, there's going to be an email introduction. You're going to be signing contracts, doing all the onboarding things. And at this point, you can start creating some type of a relationship with that library owner. And you might broach the subject of,
hey, now that you've got this piece, I have a bunch of other stuff that I do, and I'm really, really good at XYZ, can I send you some of that?
And since you are already in the door and have been vouched for by this collaborator of yours, the answer is probably going to be yes. So that collaboration has opened up a new avenue for you to get into a new music library. And I don't know any single composer, songwriter, or musician who would ever say no to getting into a new music library. I mean, that is our lifeblood. The more music libraries you are in, the better chances you have of making more and more money throughout the years. Does that sound selfish? Yeah, well, probably. But you know what? That's part of the business. You gotta get into these libraries, and if you can do so off the back of someone else that you enjoy working with, by all means, do it. Okay, reason number 2 to collaborate more. A good collaboration will open up the opportunity to create new styles of music that you would never be able to pull off on your own. Case in point, I just did a bunch of music with a friend of mine who's also a viewer of this channel, Andre Stepanian, who is an incredible guitar player. And we put together some flamenco-based hip hop tracks. And Andre put together some absolutely incredible flamenco guitar parts that I was able to take and put hip hop stuff underneath to create these nice flamenco hip hop cues. Now, I would have never been able to do that on my own. First of all, I don't know how to play guitar. Second of all, even if I did know how to play guitar, I would probably not know how to play flamenco. This is a fairly intricate niche of music that it really takes someone who is immersed in that style to be able to pull it off. And so Andre approached me at a music conference and he had this idea and I was like, yes, yes, and yes. This is going to give me the opportunity to make music that I would have never made before. Now, yes, when this music does get used, he's going to get 50% of the writer share. I'm going to get the other 50%. So I'm not going to make the kind of money that I would make on my urban comedy tracks, but this flamenco hip hop stuff will open up the placement potential in all sorts of shows that my typical brand of music would never really get into. Okay, reason number 3 to collaborate more. And this goes especially for people who are more of the cue composers or songwriters that don't sing that well. That ding, ding, ding right here. I love making vocal songs, but there's a slight problem when it comes to me doing all the work. And that is I cannot sing. I mean, I've got pretty good pitch, but there's no special character to my voice. And I sure as can't rap, but I love making epic rap music. So how in the world can I feed my itch to make all this great pop music, hard rock music, and epic rap music, knowing that I do not have the voice to pull any of that off? Well, I go to collaborators. So if you are in a similar position as me, collaboration with a vocalist is really the only way that you are going to crack into the vocal side of the sync music business. And over the 15 years of my career, I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of vocal songs with incredible singers and rappers that I've met along the way, mostly through the organization Taxi, and we've made amazing music together. The beautiful part about making vocal songs, as opposed to just focusing on instrumental cues, is that vocal songs can often come with nice sync fees that instrumental cues on reality TV shows just never really have. So a vocal song will give you an avenue to create extra money that you would not probably get as just a standard composer. And sure, again, you're going to be splitting half of your money with the vocalist or whatever your business relationship is with them, but you now have access to be in the running for sync fees, which can sometimes be many, many hundreds of dollars or many, many thousands of dollars. And if you land a sync fee for, let's just say, $5,000 to $6,000 and your cut is 50%, well, that's still $2,500 to $3,000 coming your way because now you were able to do a style of music that you wouldn't have been able to do without that vocalist. So if you are a composer that thinks that just because you can't sing, it disqualifies you from making vocal songs, do not worry. Go find the people that can sing. Or if you are a composer that is trying to force your horrible voice onto vocal songs, just cut that urge right now. Go find someone who can actually do it well. Now, reason number 4 to collaborate more is a good collaborator can compensate for the weaknesses that you have as either a composer, a songwriter, or a vocalist, or a mixing engineer. So whatever it is that you are weak at, hopefully your collaborator is strong at that skill and can make up for your weakness and kind of pull you up. So if you have found out through the years that your mixes are just not up to snuff, then work with someone who's great at mixing and they will pull your tracks up to where they need to be so that they can get into music libraries and start making you money. Again, if you are a horrible vocalist, find a good vocalist. If you're trying to make music that has intricate piano parts and you play piano like me, which is like ding, 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 one finger style, then go work with a good piano player. Okay, this is not rocket science. You are not going to be good at everything, but there is someone somewhere in the world that is good at everything that you are bad at. Now let's move on to the final reason, number 5, that you should be collaborating more often. And that is because this is just a great way for you to build a network or a roster of people that you work with. I often call all my vocalists my stable, like like they're horses. But they are my roster of vocalists that I can choose from. And if a brief comes my way that requires vocals in a certain style, then I can go back and look at everyone I've worked with through the years and find the person that does that style. I personally never want to be in the position where I get an opportunity that comes my way and I have to say, no, I can't do that because I cannot fill in the blank. My goal has always been to say yes to everything that comes my way, even if I cannot do it personally. And the way that I am confident in saying yes to everything is because I have a network of collaborators that I can approach that can do the thing that this company is asking for. And when we work together, now we are able to fulfill the needs and be in the running for a great placement with some great money. Okay, so have I made the case yet? You need to be collaborating more. It is just incredibly beneficial to your career, not only to get in more libraries, but to open up the possibility for more placements on more shows to get more money. So now, before I finish up with my customary joke, I would like to give a special shout out to a collaborator of mine who gave me this awesome sweatshirt. Her name is Monica, and she goes by the artist name Young Mommy. Hey, Monica! And she's just an incredibly nice person who's amazingly talented, and you should definitely check out her music. And so, Monica, thanks for working with me for all these years, and thanks for this awesome sweatshirt. And now, here's your joke. Why did the old man fall into the well? He couldn't see that well. Okay, see ya!